Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Velima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using this Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. And they're illustrated by Jesse Reisch. Reisch is R-E-I-S-C-H. Okay, already shuffled. Let's see what we have. Sagittarius. It's all slanting this way, like it's all slanting into the future, which I believe when I'm connecting here, I see like the initial way you're responding to a situation or coming into a situation, coming in, seems to be setting everything else in motion. That's not a bad thing, of course, but I'm seeing this. It's interesting with the Seven of Swords. This is where it's starting. What we're dealing with now is like it's coming on the tail end of something else you've moved on from. Something else that you've moved on from, I just feel like it was best left as it was. You just kind of moved on quietly. And I feel like that's the way we want to keep it for this reading, because it can go different ways, of course. But you just kind of moved on quietly from the last situation, which opened the door to this new one. That's how you moved on from the last one, by starting into this one. Quietly moving on, you actually moved into this one, and that seemed to work for you quite well. I'm getting like when you did move into this situation though, emotionally you had a lot of turmoil going on internally. I don't feel like you were pushing that out. I don't feel like you were expressing that to anybody else, because I'm getting the romance with the Five of Wands. Actually, in your situation, I feel like on the outside, everything was great. Everything looks fine. We're good. Everybody's happy. On the inside, though, I feel like you were still processing that situation that you quietly moved on from. Okay. Now, the way you kind of handled that to keep it good on the outside, dealt with it internally the way you decided you needed to, you went towards something else. I feel like you started researching. I feel like this is more kind of researching. You started looking into something else. This is more of the legwork to make it happen. Like, not so much make it happen, I shouldn't say that. I feel like it's more about searching out something. You had it in your mindset you were going to start something else. You have this opening in your life, like a void, if you will. You're going to fill it. You decided you were going to fill it, and you actively kept your mind off the last situation by moving towards something else, by trying to find something else, by putting your feelers out there, talking to people, seeing what's available, moving towards something else. Now, I definitely see something coming in as a result. Like, the Ace of Swords is turning into the Ace of Wands on your side. You are definitely getting involved in something new, actively starting a new situation. And I'm getting like you got your feelers out there to find something. Somebody, like you got the Queen of Swords, and don't get caught up in the gender, of course, but the energy is telling me that somebody heard your request to find something, heard that you were looking for something, how's that, and took you up on that offer. You got right involved in it. The thing is, like, I feel like you might have leaped before you looked, or looked before you... Did you look before you leaped? No, you leaped before you looked is what I'm getting. You put out the energy that you're looking, you're just trying to get something to do, you're just changing modes. Somebody heard you, realized you wanted something quick. Whatever this is, work or any other venue you might have going on here. Somebody heard you, realized you wanted something quick, said, hey, I got something for you. And I feel like you leaped before you looked. I feel like you leaped because you got right into it. You got right into it. You got like right into the thick of it right off the bat. Now I'm saying that because what's between you and this other person? Well, it's not between you and this other person. It's like it's the situation you're getting involved in, the Devil card. it's like almost like out of the frying pan into the fire. This is a rough situation right from the get-go. Right from the get-go, it's very stressful. Right from the word go is what I'm getting. But I feel like already, I don't feel like that's stopping you at all. I feel like I feel like when you get into it, you're just kind of like, oh my God, this is a mess. But the reason this is a mess is because this is not right, and that's off the, this should be over there, and this should be like this, and that's not working out well because of this. I feel like instead of like running or turning tail and just like, I'm out, you're actually digging in. You literally are digging in. You didn't realize it was a mess to start with, but you're like, that's okay, I'm going to fix it. Because what happens is very interesting. You don't back down. I feel like you have a lot of frustration that you're still dealing with this Five of Wands. Everything looks good on the outside, but you're still dealing with this frustration. And I feel like this is a way for you to vent that out. And that's why you're not shying away from this Devil card. You're like, you know what? It may be a mess, but you know what? This is a mess I can handle. So I'm going to do this. It may be like a train wreck, but I'm going to fix this train wreck. It's almost like out of pure defiance, I feel. I will not back down. Now, the situation itself you're dealing with, I'm getting the Moon card here. I feel like you're just like, whoever you're dealing with seems not to know how to take you. And I feel like they're just kind of like backing off. People seem to just go along with you changing things and putting things in order the way it should be. I don't feel a lot of pushback. I feel a lot of people not understanding how to react to you. Which, this is going to your benefit, I have to say. In this situation, I feel like that's actually going to your credit, because I feel like people don't really want to get in your way because they don't know how to take you. They don't know what to think. They really don't. That's a good thing. You want to keep up that mystery as long as you can, is what I'm getting. Because what's happening because of that, people are backing down. And I feel the prosperity is coming forward. You're starting this, it's almost like you're resetting the whole situation. And now there's a whole new path this situation is taken. You put it in order the way it needs to be. You fixed everything you could fix. You got everything going in line. You're having things going in a better direction. When I say you fixed everything that you can fix, like if you need to change the trajectory of something or behavior of something, you've gotten that back in line, and it's headed in the right direction. I'm not saying we're at the end game already. I'm just saying you've realigned it so it makes more sense. It's more palatable. You got prosperity here. Things are going in a lot better direction than they were before. I'm also noticing, just so you're aware of it, this Moon card energy again, with people who don't know how to take you, they seem like they're under a lot of stress. These changes are not easy for the people you're working around. Whatever you've done to fix the situation and how you've improved it, it's not easy for those other people involved. But I feel like one of the reasons it's not easy is because habits are hard to break, especially bad habits, really hard to break. So I feel like that's why this is stressful. Like, people want to fall back into their old routine. That's the stress they're feeling with the Ten of Wands. That it's very hard for these people to break these bad routines, but I feel like it's working. And again, I want to say, using that mystery to your advantage, like, people don't know how to take you. Let that be your light, I guess. I don't know if that seems, let the Moon be your light. Let them be in the darkness about how you really are. Let them be in the darkness, because I feel like this is why people are working through and changing these bad habits. The longer you can hold that up, the easier it'll be in the long run. Because I feel like by the time people actually understand what you're really like, because I don't feel like you're really hard to deal with, quite frankly. I just don't feel like that's true. But I feel like they might be taking you the wrong way and thinking you are. Let them feel that way for as long as possible, because by the time they realize that you're not that much of an ogre, like, they might be seeing it that way, which is okay for now. By the time they figure out that that's not the case, a lot of those habits might have been broken. and they'll like how things are currently going when they realize that, and they'll stick with it. Use it to your advantage. That's all I'm saying. Because your outcome for this situation is joy. Not only for you, but the people involved. This is going to work out. Like, use that moon card to your advantage. Use that mystery to your advantage. Because I feel like some of you might be there and you're like, I don't want to be seen that way. I don't like being seen that way. I don't want people thinking I'm, this person. Like, you better not step out of line. I'll knock you sideways to Tuesday. Like, I understand that there's going to be a few of you who just don't like people viewing you that way, but it serves a purpose. Just write it out for as long as you can stomach it, because it does make everything better for everybody. It's making people want to break those bad habits. It's making them a little bit afraid to not break those bad habits. And it makes the whole situation, like, how do I put this? You being seen as an ogre for a limited time may break a habit for one person where they're treating a lot of other people badly. So if somebody's afraid to treat other people badly because they think you're going to come down on them, think of it that way. Because, you know what I mean? I think that makes sense. I think you get it. Like, that's if they're treating other people badly, but they're afraid to treat other people badly because they think you're going to come down on them, that's not bad. That's not a bad thing in my opinion. Like, that's balancing out. And by the time they realize you're not, things will have evened out and, they'll have calmed down a lot. It'll be easier to keep things on the even keel. It'll be easier to keep everything, level and sane. Are we good? Good. All right, I'm going to wrap that up there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.